federal election is going on in Canada, and just like every other democratic country under banker occupation, this campaign doesn't mean squat. Political parties promise much and they deliver little, or they overpromise on what they literally can't deliver and then deliver on what nobody wants. Things like massive surveillance, more police powers, and more debt. And of course, none of the actual important issues get addressed, with the three leading parties just skimming the surface of the real issues while making campaign-defining mountains out of insignificant molehills. And just like professional wrestling, party leaders verbally attack each other on air, but then they buddy up behind the scenes. They offer minuscule changes, instead allowing for a secretive corporate and financial elite to decide the issues that will affect Canadians for decades to come. And not one of these parties is talking about the Bank of Canada, which is strange considering that monetary policy is one of the major reasons for structural unemployment. Finance Minister Joe Oliver mentioned that quantitative easing was not on the table for discussion, and right away the corporate state media shot him down. Yeah, the central bank has independence after all, and despite the taxpayers being the single shareholder of the institution, neither politicians nor the public are allowed to question the unfathomable wisdom of the central bank. And no major political party is mentioning our medium of exchange, our money, that tool that facilitates trade and creates civilization. Yet our money is a debt instrument. It's fiat. And for the dollar to remain in existence, interest is owed to the bankers who created that money out of thin air. If that's not fraudulent, then maybe politicians can campaign on redefining the word fraud. And then there's also foreign policy. There's nothing more fraudulent than the propaganda coming out of Ottawa. Harper's Conservatives may be playing up the international terrorist conspiracy the most, but it's a belief that no other party has questioned. Or they've merely just replaced the same warmongering with this language of a humanitarian war. And this is really all based on nothing, considering that as more time goes on, the October 22nd Ottawa shooting is looking more and more like it was a false flag. An accusation that is a lot more likely now as we're seeing the RCMP continue to drag their feet on this investigation, and they're refusing to cooperate with investigative journalists. Now, with that exception, the fact is the shooting was the act of this troubled Canadian, someone with a history of mental illness, drug addiction, homelessness, and crime and violence. And so even if you follow the official narrative, it should be clear that this was not a part of some international terrorist conspiracy. And nor does it justify a domestic police state and widespread surveillance. And it certainly, in no way whatsoever, justifies military action overseas against the people who didn't even commit this crime. If there are terrorists in Canada, they work in Ottawa, they wear suits, and they ask for votes. But even the so-called NDP opposition fully supports the United Nations agenda for a world government and global climate change treaties that are all about control. They have nothing to do with actually saving the environment. So even with an NDP government, we can still expect the neocon foreign policy. I think it's just here to stay. Don't be fooled by the classic anti-war message that we've all come to expect from the far left. But like their comrades in power in the States, the left-right paradigm is just that, a paradigm. Special interests control the levers of power, and they all agree on one thing: more war, more debt, and less freedom for you and I. Thanks for watching. Click the like button if you found this info useful, and check the links in the description to find out how you can get involved as a PFT member. And stay tuned, guys. We've got more videos coming soon to pressfortruth.ca.